I am doing research for a paper called My Health in Community and Inventory for a sociology freshman year seminar class. So currently I'm writing about the way that spirituality and religion can affect my health in Warren Wilson's community, and specifically here, and also spirituality for all college students. So the first place I would go is to the library catalog, because I got a tutorial at the library, or not the library catalog, the databases, because I got a tutorial on how to use them at the beginning of the year during the first week. So I go to on-campus users and look at health and medicine, because that's right up my alley with health and community, and I'm more interested in psych articles because psych info sounds a little bit like it would be more factual, and I'm kind of looking for I don't know, some stuff about the ways that spirituality can play into health and happiness. So here I am at the psych articles, and I type in spirituality and religion and college students. I see what I got. So I see religion and spirituality and group counseling, beliefs and preferences of university counseling center clients. Interesting. Not quite what I'm looking for. Here is initial development and validation of the basic psychological needs, and that kind of interests me because it's all about spirituality. And I'm looking at it. It says, through various previous research has utilized self-determination theory to investigate religiosity and spirituality. No known scale is directly aimed to measure the religious, spiritual, basic psychological need satisfaction. Ah, and I see. Lots of college students have been involved in this study. So this looks pretty much perfect so far. And here I'm reading it. And got the full text here. Skimming over it. Talking about the theory of spirituality's psychological need fulfillment, and describing the study that they did with students. Interesting. So this looks like something that I'll definitely want to use. I want to look first at where it comes from before I send it to myself. It's a peer-reviewed journal, so I don't know a whole lot about that, but I've heard that generally when it's peer-reviewed, that means it's a little bit more trustworthy, I guess is the word. American Psychological Association. Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm going to email this to myself. Dink dink. Okay. Keep going. How big? Okay. So now I'm gonna go back to the results. And I'm going to keep looking at all the cool stuff I got. Behavioral activation of religious behaviors, randomized trial with depressed college students. Interesting. I'm seeing initially that it's from a bunch of professors in the Department of Psychology at University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And that looks like something that I could also use because it's talking about the relation between treatment condition and attenuation of depression. So, like, participating in religious-based activities as a form of intervention. And that's also exactly what I want to talk about, because I'm talking about the effects of being religious or just being spiritual on your health as a college student. So, that looks good so far. Next page. The role of religious coping, a little vague. Need something. Changes in religiosity after first intercourse and the transition to adulthood. It's very interesting, and I feel like it could pertain to being a freshman in college. So, here we go. Religiosity delays initiation of sexual behavior. Longitudinal data from college students to examine whether two aspects of religiosity change before and after first intercourse using multi-phase growth curve models. And I don't really know what that means, so I'm going to look at it. It's also a peer-reviewed journal. Skip right to the results. There's a fancy math problem. And this isn't the kind of stuff that I would want to put in my paper, because this paper is mostly supposed to be about our personal experience, and so whatever information I provided, it wouldn't be helpful to include the specifics of some study and like the mathematic results. So I look further. Yeah. First intercourse is associated with a temporary decline in religiosity. That's interesting. I could definitely use that, because it has a lot to do with being a freshman. Okay, next. Measuring college students' motives for playing drinking games? Not really. This looks good. Peer-reviewed journal. A bunch of professors again. Let's see. Level of religiosity did not affect the perception of scenario riskiness. Yeah, this also has a lot to do with people just coming into college like myself, experiencing the crazy college life, and how religiosity can change that or affect it. They say it seems to enhance moral character formation. Okay, it's a good perspective. So I also would like to use that. And so those are all sources that I would probably try to incorporate in some way into this part of my paper about spirituality and the health of students like me on campus. And yeah, the end.